My name is Glenn Bratcher. I'm a retired Marine Corps colonel. The most cherishable idea and thoughts would be of my boot camp experience. I never dreamed that I would be in the military, let alone being a Marine. And to have a drill instructor that you looked up to as your hero, and that you saw him in his uniform, always squared away and doing his job and duties to train you. Those days were my most memorable experiences of the Marine Corps, and getting to become friends via the computer, and then later being asked by him to come to the VA cemetery in Dallas and give the eulogy at his funeral was mind-blowing to me. It was just something that I never dreamed of doing, letting alone the opportunity and being asked to do it. His rank was, when he retired, was a gunnery sergeant, Clarence, C-L-A-R-E-N-C-E, Connell, C-O-N-N-E-L-L. And his wife's name is Janice. And when I graduated from boot camp, he had 3 or 4 of us over at his house, which was a trailer park. And I remember getting to go over there and do that. And it was wonderful to be able to keep in touch with him one way or the other throughout the years. Well, he was a Marine, and he acted like a Marine. I remember him being in his uniform with his DI hat and calling cadence, and everything he did I thought was perfect. That's the impression that I got, and many others get from their drill instructors in boot camp. Boot camp is a life-changing experience, and I've had many, but they take a recruit and turn him into a Marine. And so that's how I remember my drill instructor. My drill instructor and I sort of connected as you know, joint personalities and that type of thing. He was a good drill instructor, and I can still hear the cadence in my ears. But he, after graduation from boot camp, and he saw that I got orders to OCS, and I might not have been an officer if the right guide had not broke his leg, and the drill instructor saw that I had a college degree and sent me to OCS. A few years later, I'm on the list for colonel in the Navy Times. He calls me up and says, Colonel Bratcher, are you Glenn Bratcher? And I said, yes. And he said, well, I knew that had to be you. So we struck up a conversation, and for a few years we exchanged Christmas cards, and then later we both got computers and corresponded more frequently. And one day he calls me up and says, Colonel Bratcher, I'm dying. I have Parkinson's disease, and my kidneys have failed me, and would you please come to Dallas to my funeral when my wife Janice calls you, and would you give the eulogy at my funeral? I said, sure, I would. Keep in mind now that it seemed like that he would do anything I asked him to do. I was looking for a K-bar, and they were banned from the Marine Corps for a period of time. I was looking for one. I wanted one as a souvenir. Couldn't find one. Mentioned it to him, and 2 weeks later, one was in the mail at my post office. So I went to the funeral and met his family, his Marine Corps friends, and I just got to thinking, how did I ever become a colonel, to retire as a colonel when I started out as a private? And I owe my career really to God's plan and my senior drill instructor executing that plan for me. I will forever be indebted to my senior drill instructor, and I think of him often. I even wrote a book about my family and the history, and I included a chapter about the ones that were in the military, including my 4 brothers. And I have a section there about my Marine Corps duties, experiences, and I mentioned him in there. He's my hero, and was in boot camp and still is to this day. And I don't know of any other Marine officer who got to go to boot camp, endure the training, and then go to OCS, become an officer, and finally retire as a colonel, and then later be asked by your drill instructor hero to come and give the eulogy at his funeral. I cherish those thoughts, and I'm grateful that it happened. And like I say, I think it was God's plan, but my drill instructor hero executed those plans and made it happen. I am grateful for that, and here I am at a military retirement community, and I share these experiences with my friends here, and I'm happy and pleased to do it. And that's sort of my career in a nutshell, as I can tell it to you. But I'm very thankful that I had good parents, brothers that all served in the military, and then I went on, and I'm happy to have been in boot camp, OCS, and then in aviation logistics.